I just changed my speech. The speech that I have rewritten 7 times. I was going to thank, I have a list, because I've been around softball since 1902 in North Dakota. I have a list that I was going to thank. I have a head count here of all the people, but the people that I was going to name, I would have covered 75% of the people here, so I am not going to do it. In church 2 weeks ago, after church, a lady walked up to me and said, I understand that you got elected to the Hall of Fame, Softball Hall of Fame. I have no clue who this old lady was. I guess she was about my age, so yeah. So, and I said yes. And she said, you hit a line drive off of my brother and he hasn't been the same. And then so she turned in and left. And then she came back and said, aren't you just special? So, everybody in this room is special. And the reason why is everybody here is part of a softball family. So everybody here is special. But again, as I said, I was going to thank all these people. I'm just going to tell a couple stories. Doesn't surprise a whole lot of people. Fargo Slow Pitch had a tournament board, and I was the chairman of this board, and you were not elected to this. I asked you to be on this board. So, of course, I did what everybody here did. I asked talented, gifted people. And I was very blessed with these people. A couple stories. We had the shortest state tournament in the history. First inning, first batter, first pitch. Umpire called a strike. The player did not like it. Said something to the umpire threw. They did not have a player to replace them. So that lasted about 45 seconds. The team that got tossed talked to me for about 35 minutes. I got tired of hearing that this was the worst umpire that they've ever had. So I told them, no, I've had worse. And they just told me to do something and walked away. The second thing is, our second 160-team tournament that we had, it the rain. Now on Saturday, you have to play 160 games. And we started late. I've played softball in South Dakota and in Minnesota, and we did some one-on-one counts. The state of North Dakota at that time had never used a one-on-one count. So in my wisdom, I decided, and I don't think I asked the rest of my board members, but we did a one-on-one count, no courtesy foul, 5 inning games, no warm-up pitches. My mistake was I forgot to call Tiny Schaefer. No. You don't seem to understand. The people that knew Tiny, that was a huge mistake. We did get it in, but I don't think Tiny talked to me for about a month. So the other thing on the tournament board, we did everything. So we helped out in the concession stand. Stan Johnson, who is in the Hall of Fame, God bless him. Working in a concession stand with Stan Johnson was an experience. People would walk up and order something, and Stan would look at them and say, "No, you don't want it." Second thing, a guy walked up, and he said, this hot dog's cold. And Stan took the hot dog out of the bun, turned it around, took a bite, put it back in the hot dog, handed it back to him, and said, "It's not that bad." This girl walks out, and I'm standing right next to Stan, and she says to Stan, "Fun dip." Stan goes, "Excuse me," and this little cute little girl said, "Fun dip." Stan turns to me and goes, "You know, I am kind of a fun guy, but I don't think I'm a dip." My daughter, who's working in the concession, yells out, "It's a candy." Where's that first page? Let's see, got that covered. You're going to give me a raise. Okay, I played on some great teams. One of the teams I played on, we won 96 games in a year. The teams that I played on, every time we went to state, we won a trophy 40% of the time. And yes, I'm the proud owner of the Tumbleweed and the Rough Rider and the Cactus, which are very difficult trophies to win. As a team, we did a lot of stuff together. So I was able to go to weddings. I was fortunate enough to help some teammates move. I built a garage. I helped Gross when he bought a 2-acre river lot. And so I was fortunate enough to help him clear trees and shrubs and thistles and animals. My favorite, though, was when Weigel bought a brand new home. And he's got a huge lot. And I laid sod for 6.5 hours. Thank God we ran out of sod. Fargo Slow Pitch Tournament Board, the Fargo Slow Pitch Board of Directors, when you're on that, you are responsible for a given night. I had Thursday night at NDSU. The class, the teams there was Z. So the first night of the league, I went out there to watch two teams because each team had called me 15 times. So I'm out there watching, and the first pitch, guy hits a routine fly ball. And I look on the outfield, two outfielders are facing the Red Hawk Stadium, standing at attention with their caps over their hearts. So the ball bounces right between these guys, and they're standing there because the national anthem is playing with the Red Hawk. And they're standing there, and so the guy gets inside the park home run, the national anthem stops, they throw the ball in, the coach goes nuts. The coach was absolutely crazy. So the umpire saw me, and he walked over and said, "Greg, I call play ball." And I'm going, "Well, I don't know." And he goes, "Well, we gotta shut this coach up." So I said, just let me do it. So I called the two coaches out, and now keep in mind this is Class Z ball Thursday night. I told these two coaches that as the league rep, I have the authority one time to call a mulligan or a do-over. I can call it one time. So the umpire was laughing so hard he had to walk away. So I am looking at these guys, and I said, thank you for being respectful for the national anthem. I really appreciate that, but next time you have to call timeout. And I said, now keep in mind, you can't call me because I've used my do-over, and these guys were okay. Okay, we're almost done here. Umpiring. When you're at the softball, the Diamond's doing something, getting rosters, getting payments, whatever. If an ump doesn't show up, you have to ump. So I have upped. I helped out at a national clinic in 1910 or something like that. And the umpire said, if you're uncertain, sell it, scream it, scream it. So after the two games are done, as Tom said, we get together and have a Diet Pepsi. And our fellow umps would say, you know what, Greg, you had a pretty good night. We only heard you scream 10, 15 times. So I would say things like, I really had some close calls at home plate. Chris Coleman, who was a big-time national umpire, he's a DUI, IC said, I never have any calls. I'm going, what? He goes, Greg, simple. Just watch the ball. Watch the darn runner, and it's going to be close. Just yell cut. I called a strike on a guy in the first inning, and the guy kept chipping on me. So the next time he came up, I just calmly said to him, if you don't shut up, I'm going to stick my foot right up your ass. Apparently, that's the wrong thing to say. So, Chris told me, Greg, it's simple. This is not a big deal. Just call the manager up and the player, and look at the manager, and you point at the player and say, if this guy says one more word, I'm going to toss him. You turn to the player and say, do you understand? And when this guy goes, yes, he tosses it. Okay, I have the list of the 57 names, so if you want to come up afterwards, I'll show it to you, because I do, thank you. I'd like to thank my family, my wife, Joanne, Matt, and part of my brother, Kevin, and my sister, Christy. Thank you. I hit 4 Grand Slam home runs in my career. I can tell you the state that I hit these things in. I can tell you the inning. I can tell you the circumstances. But when all 7 grandkids come down to the lakes at one time, I have made up names. So yes, I am special. So tonight, I want you to walk up to somebody and say, I'm special. Thank you.